Now, we're going to continue this segment with our Rolling Red Rocket Stars, right?
Yes.
So, Dr. D, we got a new guest. Who do we have right now?
We got my boy Moochie in the building, dude. You know, one thing I love about sports isn't the sport, it's the people, right? And I think where America misses its greatest opportunity is we're so caught up in stats and who won and who got a ring that we don't really get the real gist of sports, and that is what created the story. Who is this guy? So, man, I just want to jump right in. Tell us about you and how you got to the league, and better yet, how you almost didn't make it to the league.
Oh, man. It was tough. It was tough. I'm originally from Washington, D.C. Grew up in a house full of women. So I had some stability there, learned a lot of things.
Yeah.
But
okay.
went to Cadoza. My first year of high school, my mom passed away.
Wow.
So set out 2 years of basketball. I was fortunate enough to meet an English teacher by the name of Mr. O'Leary. And we still talk to this day because I feel like he was the reason that I got back into sports. I pretty much was done with it because I lost my best friend. So I was able to transfer schools, go to Cadoza Senior High School. He talked me into going to JUCO because I had just had a daughter. He told me, you know, just give it a shot, go to junior college. So I came down to Odessa, Middle Texas, went to Odessa Junior College, played 2 years there, had 2 of the best seasons anyone has ever had. So I was fortunate enough to get a Division I scholarship. Had an opportunity to go to Kentucky, Arkansas, some of the major schools in the SEC, but I turned them down to go to Auburn, go to a school that was struggling, trying to get their basketball back up and have an opportunity to play against some better talent. And got drafted, 33rd pick by Milwaukee Bucks. And the rest is pretty much history.
But hang on, because, man, you covered some really serious ground. I want to go to a kind of like not such a bright place, then a bright place, okay? A lot of you right now in the midst of pursuing a dream, you thought, okay, I'm going to start this business. The loan didn't go through. You decided that you were going to try this new job. You get there. It's a glass ceiling, sticky floor. There's racism, sexism, what have you. Well, in a kid's world, losing your mom is about the biggest kick of the crutches from up under you that you could get. Tell me what got you through, because right now somebody has lost hope, because losing your mom is about as close as I can come to saying losing hope. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
When you lost your hope, how did you get it back?
My friends and family. I got some guys at home that's been in my life since I was 5, 6 years old, and they were there for me. My family as well. I pretty much gave up. I was done with basketball. I was done with basketball. My mom passed away, my biggest fan, and it just didn't make sense to me anymore to play the sport. You know, she was always there for me. I get all my talent from my mom. She did everything. She basketball, softball, tennis, bowls. She could play ping pong. She was a pool shark. I did all that. All I remember is putting my hand in my mom's back pocket, and I was going wherever she was going.
So here's the question. So now you have this English teacher. Now here, I want you to notice something in America, because these are critical elements no matter what it is you're trying to do. You may not be going NBA, but when God closes one door or removes something from you, he always puts a catalyst there in its place, right? So your catalyst was this English teacher. So what were the things that this English teacher, it was a dude, right?
Yeah, Mr.
Hey,
Lurie.
that's a shout out for male teachers. We don't get enough credit. But what was it that he was pouring into you that reignited your passion?
He was just trying to, you know, let me know that, you know, he knows it was a hard time and I lost my mom and everything, but he was really just trying to tell me to, you know, you got to use that, because the way I was using that negative energy, I was on the road to self-destruction. You know, I was back
doing what?
You know, even my friends don't know, you know, that I was out there selling drugs and doing things.
It's
like
okay.
That.
It ain't but a million people listening.
You know, I was doing some things that nobody ever knew I was doing, because, you know, I'm a loner. I'm an only child. Like I said, I grew up in a house full of women, so I was good at just, you know, being by myself, telling people I got things to do. And really, I didn't. I was just sneaking away doing other things.
And mom was mom and dad in your life?
Pretty much, pretty much. I had to talk the other day because I was listening to my kids talking about their dad, and I was like, I don't really know what that's like. I had a guy that was in my life, that came into my life that my mom was dealing with, and he's what I consider my dad, but, you know, the guy that's supposed to be my dad, I just remember something at about 2, 3 years old, and that's it.
Now, here's what I really want you guys to pay particular attention to how this story is unfolding. First, here's right at the peak of everything, mom's gone. And then God sends somebody in that gives you an opportunity to start looking at decisions you're making. And there's a point, I don't care if you're a kid or a young person and you selling weed or doing whatever you're doing, or you think that you got to sleep with this dude or do something strange for some change to make your dream come true, you don't. Because now all of a sudden you realize when you get to this junior college, you got a significant gift, right? Absolutely. And that gift made room for you, and that talent brought you before great men. Now, let's just fast forward. You find out you're getting drafted, and you get there. What is the reality of that moment in your life where you're like, okay, getting drafted was the easy part, staying on this team is the work? What was that reality like?
Well, how it really went down was I had an opportunity to go to the NBA camps. Well, really, I wasn't invited at first. And I got a call from someone because I'm killing my junior year of college. You know, I'm being nominated for some awards. I'm getting some recognition. I made the All-SEC team. And everybody's looking towards my senior year because I had such a great junior year. But my senior year was taken away from me.
Why?
They declared me ineligible.
Oh, wow.
For some things that still haven't been answered, but I took the fall for it. And I think it was because they knew that I had a chance at making it, and I didn't know. Even though I was playing well, I didn't know.
But was that your goal to go to the NBA at that time, or you just wanted to go through college to pay for college so you played basketball?
Well, after junior college, they told me I would have a shot.
Okay.
They said, you know, all these top schools, so when Kentucky and Arkansas and those guys come in, then, you know, things start getting a little clearer, start making sense. And like I said, once I went there, we beat Arkansas, who had just won a championship on national TV. I had like 28, 30 points or something like that. And, you know, I was off and running. So now when I get to my senior year, I'm going through this stuff. And I mean, I didn't play at Auburn my senior year.
What was that like, though? Because that's like somebody literally pulling the rug out from under you.
Yeah.
So how did you make it through that? Because that's what people, this audience needs to know, isn't how did you shine? Hell, we already know that. We can look you up on NBA film. But how did you make it through the night when that rug got pulled out from under you? That's what they want.
Another guy. Another guy. My junior year at Auburn, when I first got there, we played this school, West Florida, in the beginning of the season. You know, you take one of those light games just to, you know, get the fans involved, see what the team is like. And the coach called me, that coach. He remembered me from the year before. It was around January after they declared me ineligible, and I'm supposed to come back after break. I wasn't going to come back. I just was going to be done. I was like, maybe it's just not meant for me. And I got a call from this guy at home, and he told me that I could come play at his school. He said, you could leave Division I, come play Division II right away.
Wow.
And that was the guy that opened the door for me and gave me an opportunity to get to the league.
You know, I want to, you have another question, Jay, because I want to take 2 minutes. And then, can you give me an extra 2 minutes when we come back after the break?
Whatever you need.
Okay, cool. You got a question,
I can
Jay?
wait till after the break.
Okay, so here's my quick question for you. If there was something that you could say right now to somebody that's feeling some kind of way about being in a rock and a hard place, should I quit? Should I give up? Should I cut my losses? But there's something in the back of their head saying, you got this. What would you tell them to hang on to spur them on to that next step?
God.
What does that mean?
It means everything to me. Everything. And now that I'm older, it makes even more sense because all I'm doing now is replaying all the steps in my life. You know, it's funny you asking, you know, these questions and things because I was just thinking about it while I was reading on the way over here. And God is everything, you know, because that's what these people were to me.
So would you say that what you're saying, and we're going to break and we'll be back, but are you saying that there's a greater purpose and a greater power, that there's something on the other side of midnight?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Hey, this is, man, you know you can't go nowhere.
No, this is
This
good
is
stuff.
Dr. Devon Young. We will be right back. Don't move.